Hello everyone, this is the Cajun Gaming Guild, Little Giant coming to you today. And today we are going to be covering the game Drill Core. Really fun little game in Steam right now. I believe it's like 25 Canadian dollars, roughly in that general ballpark area. I've been playing it for, I don't know, a week now, just to get a good feel of it. Really fun game. There is a ton to do in this game, so I'm not gonna delete the save file and like start over from scratch for you guys because it takes forever to build up this game. So I'm just going to show you guys some of the different features in like 2 or 3 videos, so you can try out there's 3 different platforms that you can build, and each platform has a completely different play style. So like the first one is like humans, where you have like rifles and mining tools. The second one is like dwarves, and they use like TNT, and it's just a completely different game. And then the third one is like Swarnage. It's like the alien type, and where you have like a lot more workers, but they're slow. You know what I mean? And they're all alien creatures, and you can use them for everything, even defending your base. Like it's a lot different, and you're like incubating them and trying to hatch as many as you can, and it's quite a lot different. But we're going to show you guys today. I'm just going to show you a quick little playthrough, and I'm also going to show you what's available in the game. All right, so this will kind of be like your how to play game, where I'll explain a crap ton of stuff to you, and then I'll do a couple videos probably just on the different, all 3 of the different, but for today we're going to use the human one for the human platform. Okay, so right off the bat, you have a mailbox, and every single time you do a playthrough of any type, you're going to get an email, and it's just basically storyline. All right. Actually, I wanted to show you guys, like, and there's a ton of stuff, and this is just like storyline and different funny things, and it's kind of funny to read them. I read quite a few of them, but now it's getting to the point where I don't read them anymore. But that's one part of the game, and you might really like that sort of thing, and that's totally up to you. But I don't find the story makes sense. It's mostly just like letters to you that are funny, and it's actually half funny. Some of them are really cool, some of them are just yawn to me, but that's me. All right, so right away up in the top right, if you don't know about this, and I didn't know for the first 2-3 playthroughs, I wish I would have known, you can select the department level. Okay, and there is a whole bunch of them. There's 6 of them here to choose from. They start off all at level 1, and as you play, you're going to gain a little bit of experience towards the next goal in the department that you choose. Okay, and this will unlock new items, new buildings, you're gonna get, there's resources that you can get for free, there's turrets, there's a whole bunch of different things that you're going to be able to get in game. And when you start the game, it's very limited. You don't have a killer amount of things to use, but as you do these departments, you'll notice this is going to give me 4 new buildings or turrets or whatever they might be, and a couple packages of resources. All right, but I already unlocked this one, which was all resources, because I wanted the resources right away, and I unlocked this one completely, which gave me a few different things. Okay, and it'll be up to you to read everything to see what they all do, and trust me, there is a ton of stuff in this game, and I do like that about it. All right, so already I'm still working on the Department of Chaotic Optimization, so we're just going to leave it there. All right, and at that point, now that you have that selected and you start playing, it'll automatically gain you experience in that department, and you'll start to gain those free things. Okay, down here in the bottom right, you'll see that's my permanent resources. Okay, that's what they're called, and there's 3 different types. I don't know exactly the name of them, but they have graphical differences: yellow, greenish, and purple. If you want more of one type, you can recycle and change, let's say, the yellows to the purples, or the greens to the purples, or the purples to the yellows. It's totally up to what you want to do with those. And I have a ton of points at the moment, because I completely have finished my upgrade tree. Alright, it's a pretty good size. All of this stuff is super important. You're going to want to unlock the whole thing as quickly as you possibly can. It's going to help you to survive longer in this game. Alright, so I've unlocked it all. Should I go over this with you? I could probably do a couple here. Maybe I'll go over these first few just to explain what they do. The rest of them are just upgraded versions of this most of the time. All right. So guards night shift. The guards work the night shift at night. They shoot the monsters threatening the core. This does not apply to Swornage. All right. So basically, you're going to have guards in the game. They're going to be, when you mine with your guys, you're going to come across like little nests and stuff deep into the earth that will spawn monsters every now and then. So you have to have guards to help out your miners, basically to protect them. All right. Well, during the night time, the worms come into the mine shafts, and the worms will insta kill any miners or anybody that you have down below there. So you have to make sure you retreat during the night into your core base. And when you do, your guards are just standing around looking around. So aren't your miners, so aren't your gatherers. They do nothing during the night, because that's the time when you have to defend your base from the creatures that are coming in from above. All right. Well, your guards, if you unlock this, well, they'll be able to shoot from the ground at a pretty good distance. There is a range limit, okay? So as the creatures get close to your core, they'll be able to start shooting at them and do damage to them. And actually, this helps quite a bit. You'd be surprised how often your guards save your butt. All right, so it's not a bad thing to have. I mean, it's the very first thing you unlock, so you have to have it. There's no way around it, because everything is like very linear in this game. So if you don't unlock this, well, you can't get to the next one. If you don't unlock this, you can't go upwards or downwards or to the right, etc., etc. Okay, so research expansion, upgrades in the laboratory. Okay, and laboratory, woo, important as heck. All right, you want to unlock anything to do with the laboratory as soon as you possibly can. We'll go up. Okay, so Scargers will equip all turrets with upgrade modules, allowing you to upgrade them during the contract. So at the very start of the game, your first 1 or 2 run-throughs, you will not be able to upgrade your turrets. They're only level 1, and that's the best you can get. Till you unlock this, then you can start to upgrade them, and they have quite a few upgrades, so it's definitely worth getting this. Allows for 1 additional technology reroll per contract, so you're going to find technology all over the place in the map, and when you do, you'll have not one, it's usually at least 2 choices, and sometimes up to 4 choices you get, and that's always random based on whatever of this stuff that you have unlocked. This will, by unlocking different things here, it'll increase your chances of getting more choices, and then you'll be able to re-roll those choices if you want, if you have any re-rolls. You only start off the game, I think, with 1 or 2, and you gain more as you unlock some of these. All right, you'll be able to unlock up to like 4, I believe, and then sometimes when you find technologies, it gives you more rolls if you get lucky. All right, so it's totally up to how you're going to play the game each time. There's different platforms that you can unlock. I was talking about that earlier. So the Dwarves platform and the Sworned platform. Okay, that's how you unlock both of those. They're very expensive early game, so it's going to take you a little while to gather the resources to unlock those. Nighttime energy, increase the maximum number of nighttime abilities. So you'll get these daytime and nighttime abilities. I think you get 1, I believe, at the very start of the game, and then as you unlock these slots, you'll gain extra slots, and those are quite important depending on how you play the game, what you build, etc. And I will show you that as we go, because there's a few that I look for to use if I can find them. 2 stars, you'll sometimes find 2-star buildings and turrets, and that's also good. The more stars buildings are, the more powerful they are when you build them. And I don't think that they're more expensive usually. It's a random thing. So when you generate your playthrough, it's going to generate all the cards, and they're going to be 1, 2, 3 star, I think, is the best you can get. I have it unlocked over here further. All right. Factory fusion module. Thanks to fusion module, factories can produce swarmlet. Okay, you will be able to get factories that produce you iron every so often, and you just click on them and collect that iron. All right, well, you can switch it over to collect the swarmlet, which is like the red mineral. All right, and you need that stuff to build turrets. If you don't have the red mineral, you don't build turrets. So you need, sometimes you might have to switch off the iron and just put the swarmlet on and collect that instead. Allows you to change priority of ore for carriers. Okay, so this is handy. You can actually click on ores, and your guys will focus on that first instead of going and just collecting whatever they come across. Okay, so, and you'll see what I mean because I use that to my advantage. You will notice that. Guard patrol protocol allows you to set a patrolling point for guards. You can press the scroll wheel down, and three nearest guards will go to the patrol point. This is useful to reduce personnel losses in the case of emerging hazards because you'll be able to see those eggs ready to hatch, and you want to have guards right next to it instead of having your guards uh, back in your base, for instance, because they just roam, all right? And so you want to be able to set that, okay? That's enough explanation for right now for this playthrough, all right? Maybe I'll explain the next set in the next playthrough. How's that sound, all right? So we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to hit the play button, because this is where there's going to be a whole bunch more explanation. Because again, I did not know this my first 2, 3, 4 playthroughs. I just happened to look, and I was like, well, what's platform preset? So when I clicked on it, it opens up a whole bunch more stuff that you can unlock. All right, so I didn't realize this. So I'm currently playing the Earth Crusher platform, okay, which is okay. There's all three that you unlock will be here, but the dwarf and the sworn will not be available until you actually unlock them in the upgrades area. All right, so we're gonna go here. And in here, you will be able to, this shows you what you're going to get with, when you start, these are already unlocked for you. Specific things, okay? The guns are going to be the things that change the most. Like this one here, you're going to get explosive guns, but you still get a dwarves barracks, an ore extractor, a factory, and a laboratory, which is the same thing as the human ones. But for the swornage, you're going to get different stuff. You still get a lab, but you get a few different things that you don't get with the other two races. And this incubator thing is wicked. You want that for sure. And then you have one laser weapon. Okay. Then you have different traits. Okay. So those are different from depending on which one you're planning on playing. Lucky number here. Wow, it's nice. And that's something I unlocked in my upgrades. All right, this was not unlocked at the start of the game, so you're gonna have to work to get this, but this is beautiful right here. What happens is, I'll explain it in the game. You'll be able to build buildings, and then you build upwards. You're going to build floors and build upwards and build more buildings, build floors, build upwards. So every third floor, you're going to gain a huge discount, all right? Like a 50% discount or something stupid. It's crazy, and it's amazing, all right? So you want to try and get to those levels to build your more expensive buildings before... You know what I mean? You don't build those right away. Sometimes you just try and wait, and so it's way cheaper to build on the 3rd, 6th, and 9th floors, etc. Turret radius is bigger, all right? And then you start off with just machine gun style. So there's different types of guns. There's machine guns, there's explosive guns, and there's energy weapons, all right? That's the 3 types, and they are going... So these would be considered machine gun types, all right? So yeah, and then you will be able to starting technologies. You'll actually be able to, so these cards, again, these buildings, these turrets and stuff, you start off with the machine gun and the turret. You start off with a lab, a factory, and a barracks, and that's it. That's all you get. So as you find technology throughout the game, like I say, it's going to give you choices to unlock more and more. And there's like 100 different there's a crap ton of stuff. So you may never ever see this night shift post in your run through ever. You might never see the hospital in your run-through ever. So you have a chance to unlock these bonus slots and these starting technology slots in your platform. So in the dwarves, it's still locked. See, I never unlocked them yet. So you would have to go to platform upgrades. You have to level up your platform by actually using them. gaining experience, and then you can use the resources that you've collected in the bottom to unlock all the different upgrades. Okay, so I have nothing upgraded for the doors because I've only tried it like once, and I've only tried the Sworned once just to see what it was all about. They are so different from the original that I'm like, I'm not 100% sure I'm ever going to play them, but I mean, I do mess around with them, but for the purposes of videos, I'm probably going to play them, and I'll be able to show you guys like all the unlocking, etc, 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 right? But for today, we're going to be using the Earth Crusher. So what I did was, well, you get to choose 2 out of all the different cards, all right? Bam. 2 that you're going to be able to unlock right away, and you can choose anything. You can choose buildings, you can choose, these are all the active nighttime abilities, these are the active daytime abilities, these are the machine gun types, the explosive types, the energy types. So you can put turrets there, you can put buildings there. It's totally up to you. If there's something that you just have to have and that you're like always searching for it and you can never find it, well, set it up as your starting technology, so that way that you know you're going to have access to it every single run, no matter what. Okay, so I put the night shift post, which is crazy strong and not super expensive to build, and what happens is two dwarfs spawn here every single nighttime, and they fly around and they destroy monsters, and I'm telling you, they're pretty strong, and you can build up to like 5 of these, I believe, and then you'll have 10 of these guys flying around, and they kick a lot of ass, and they're super cheap to make. All right, and they can fly anywheres in the shaft and kill any monster, whereas turrets are limited by radius, right? So that's why I like this. So it gives me some super strong fighting power immediately. First night if I want to build it, right? Then the hospital, this heals a random worker every 20 seconds. So this is just a quick way to set up something, and it's relatively cheap to build early game. So that way there you guys aren't running around until you can build some kind of upgrade in the actual run through where you can heal them. This will keep them healed. Okay. Turret slot, so bonuses, you're going to find these bonuses as well, and there's a bunch of different ones you can click on for this as well. Well, I took the turret slots. I wanted an extra turret. All right, but there's a bunch of different ones. It'll be up to you to go through and check them out. And day length I have chosen for this bonus. And then you have cores, and you'll be able to find parts to cores, okay, as you play. They're just random, and they're going to be you might never, trust me, I've played quite a few rounds, and I found the 3 for the plasma, and I found 1 for a Titan core. Haven't found any for the Ion core, though. The Phoenix core is going to be unlocked in your upgrades, and that's what I have selected, because normally you just have the standard core, alright? So, this right here, this Phoenix core, is less durable than the standard core by quite a bit, but it drops to 0 durability. So when they actually destroy it, it destroys every creature on the screen. So if there was a ton of dudes that got through and they kicked your butt, it destroys them all, and it restores the core to 50%. Alright, so basically it's a second life, and it wipes out all the monsters, giving you 1 more day to try and build up your defenses. When you're done getting as far as you need to get, each core, each playthrough, you're going to have to get a certain distance into the mine. Once you get there, you can escape at any point, alright? Well, maybe you're pushing your luck and you're trying to collect extra resources so you can get some upgrades, so you're staying in the mine an extra couple days. Well, if you don't escape in between day shifts, alright, before it hits night, well, you're stuck there for the night no matter what. So if you get destroyed, well, guess what? You lost all of the resources that you've collected during that run. You get the ones that are given to you for the actual contract, but you're going to lose the ones that you collected. All right, so in saying that, this Phoenix core will give you a second chance, and you're like, okay, crap, they just kicked my butt. It's time to leave and get out with all my resources before the next night where they're going to kick my butt again, because I won't have enough time to build up my defenses any better, right? So it's a game of balance, like every other game like this. If you build up too many turrets, well, it's going to slow down your mining production, and in the end, you're still not going to be strong enough because you've wasted too much money in guns. But if you build too much into your mining operation, then you might be too weak because you haven't built enough guns, right? So you have to balance it out. Build a little bit of each every night if you can afford it, and then that way there you'll gain strength in both departments just quickly. All right. So anyhow, we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna play this specific Earth Crusher platform. It says platform skins. I haven't come across any skins. These are the only ones that I've done. Okay. So we're going to hit confirm here. Then this is the next part of the game that I thought was amazing. To unlock a bunch of different cards. Okay, so you click on qualifications. It's showing 0, because so there's difficulties. Novice Borer is your first difficulty. It's like super easy mode. Okay, when you click on this right here, you can change the difficulty and up to, I think there's 10 difficulties. Okay, and you can only select the next difficulty once you've beaten the previous difficulty. So when you click on here, you click on qualifications, and only qualifications for the novice borer are going to be unlocked, okay? And these are basically challenges, and you have to do these exactly, and it shows you what you have to do. So it says reach a depth of 250 meters on a cavernous planet, because there's different types of planets, all right? There's different biomes. So that one there, you click on that, bam, and it's going to give you that challenge for that mission. Well, since I've already done all the first like 20 here, I can't select it anymore. But then it would give me this machine, which is an explosive catalyzer, all right? Then this would give me a drone station. This will give me a turret. So these are how I unlocked a crap ton of those buildings you guys have seen there by doing these challenges. One, and you can do 2 at a time per run through. So it took me a long time, and trust me, you're going to fail on some of these because they're very specific. If you can't make that have 10 workers by the end of your contract, well, guess what? You failed that one, but you can have 2, so you might fail one, but you might get the other. Sometimes you're going to get them both. Sometimes you're going to fail them both. It just depends on how hard you have of a time you did, how good you were at balancing out everything, etc., etc. So complete the contract with 24 buildings. That one's actually pretty hard early game because it's one of the early game ones. And the very first couple run-throughs, you don't have too many unlocks yet, and you're not going to be super strong. So this is not that easy to do. All right, and as you go up, well, then you'll unlock then you're going to get to some that you have not unlocked yet. All right, some of them require specific biomes, some of them do not. So this one here, construct no more than 5 defense turrets during the contract. Haven't done it yet. Not saying I couldn't do it, but that's not going to be an easy one, guys. All right, 5 turrets, meaning you're going to have to upgrade those 5 turrets, and you're going to have to depend on other things to destroy creatures, like those dwarves flying around, the 2 dwarves I was telling you about earlier, that building that I started out the game with. That's not considered a turret, it's just considered a building, right? It's like a little mini barracks where they sleep at night. Okay, so you're going to have to figure out a strategy that's going to help you win this challenge without building any more than 5 turrets. Alright, so anyhow, this will be up to you guys to read all of these, and there's a bunch of them, and this is the end of it, so there's only a few left that I need to unlock, really. 7, 8, 9, 10 of them, that's it. So I've done all of them but 10, and I will do them all, I just haven't gotten to that point yet. So there must only be 8 difficulties, because it's not letting me go beyond Void Raider. So, and trust me when I say, Abyssal Conqueror there is pretty tough, man. Like, it's not super easy by any stretch. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys Novice Borer, which is the easiest. It's going to be way too easy for what I've unlocked, but it'll be fast that way because I've taken up a lot of your time explaining things, okay? So this should be fairly quick. I will not have any challenges because there's nothing I can do at the moment anyway, and we're just going to go ahead and get right into her, okay? There's a little video, a little bit of animations. It's pretty slick, pretty fun game. So I'll let you guys watch this. You can normally hold a button to skip it if you want. And you're going to start at the planet core. You're going to hit enter to start drilling down. Okay. Bam. And you're going to get to your first part. There is an active pause if you want to do that. On your right, you can see how far you have to get before you can get out. Okay? So this is where I am currently at 50 meters, and up here in the top left it shows you that I have to get to 150 meters to escape, all right, in order to actually complete this contract. This right here, this is just a little bit of information. All of it will be open to you at the start of the game. But for whatever reason, every single playthrough I have, there might be a button in the options menu that I can click to shut it off. But every single run through, there's a few of those windows that keep popping up. And it's not a big deal, but just letting you know that there's probably a way to shut it off. I just haven't really looked into it. Okay, so now we have 6 building slots. That's what you start the game out with. You have your core here. You can click on it if you want to see how much durability, like an actual number, all right? But up here in the top left is also that number with a bar, so you can always keep track of how much you have. You start off the game at the very start of the game. If this is your first run through, you might have 5 iron, you might have 0 of this, and you might have 0 of this, coal and swarmlet, okay? Because I've unlocked different upgrades, well, it gives me extra at the start of the game, which is what you see there, 11, 2 and 2, and since I have all my upgrades unlocked, that's what you're going to get if you max it out, all right, which is a lot actually. You can do quite a bit with that much. So now, in order to get down to the next level with my mine, all right, without, like, by drilling down to the next 100-meter mark, well, you need coal to do that, okay? And right now I start off the game with 2 coals. I have to find 3 coals somewheres down below in our mine. That's how you're going to be able to get to the next stage. Now, I just happen to know there's going to be a lot more than 3 down there. There's that minimum of what you need, plus there's usually like 2, 3, 4, 5, depending on the upgrades that you have unlocked, because the upgrades allow you to find more minerals down here. So you might be able to find 10 or more down here at the stage that I am at right now, and you want to collect the extra because then in the next area I can just skip it if I don't want to mine it at all and go through to the next area and just escape. It's that simple, all right? So again, strategy. What are you looking for? Are you looking for just iron? You don't really care about having the swarmlet? You don't really care about these extra, all right? All these extra resources that you can collect and stuff, it takes up the time of your guys to collect. So I'm getting to a point where I have almost everything unlocked. I'm probably going to need another like 500 of each resource, which ain't going to take that much longer. And once I get it, I'm just going to not collect this stuff anymore, all right? And there is a way you can do that. So you will get an unlock in your technology, which is going to unlock this right here. And then you can just select what you want them to go for, all right? And to be honest, I do this anyway for the first couple rounds because I want them to collect this, but what's going to happen is they're going to focus on this first, okay? So they're going to go around and collect all the blues, reds, and greens first. Once they're collected, then if they're just sitting around bored doing nothing, they will go for the other stuff, all right? Including the coal, all right? Now, I also have an unlock, and you will get this yourselves. So the width of my drilling bore, when I go to the next level, is going to go straight down, okay, from the wall. Well, your mine can extend past the wall, all right, on both sides. And it does almost every single time, and you will see that soon. Any ores that you have mined that are sitting on the ground that your guys have not brought back to your base are going to be sitting outside of this wall. If they are sitting outside of the wall, when you go down to the next level, all right, you can unlock something that will collect any ores that are just sitting down on the ground that your dudes didn't have enough time to collect. It'll just auto collect them as it goes through, which is a really cool unlock to get. And trust me, you're going to want that as soon as you can afford it, all right? But anything on the outside of your wall does not get picked up. So what I do, once I figure out, okay, I'm going to probably move tonight. In the middle of the night, I'm going to move to the next floor, but that only happens in the morning. Well, I'm only going to get my guys to collect the stuff on the side of my platforms, and they'll leave everything on the ground that's underneath my platform, because that's going to collect it automatically in the morning anyway. And that way there, they will focus on just getting the stuff outside of your range on both sides, and therefore you won't lose as much stuff because they'll collect the stuff that you can't reach with your machine when you're drilling down. And you'll see exactly what I mean tomorrow. But for now, I'm going to set this up like this. Okay? And at this point, you have a ladder, and I just want to clear the fog a little bit because your day there up in the top right, it's going to have a bar that's going to fill in around the circle, and once it's filled up, it'll be nighttime when the worms come out. So you have a certain amount of time to do all that you want to do each day. All right, so you can see that I can start mining right here. Okay, and I'm paused right now, so they're not doing anything. So my guys are going to start drilling. And you start out with 2 miners, 1 carrier, and 1 guard. All right, 4 men. So in order to get more men, well, you're going to build barracks. Your first 2 buildings, and this is all upgrades that I've unlocked. Now, right away you will have to pay for everything. But my first 2 buildings are free because I've unlocked those on my platforms. Okay, these are platform upgrades. So I'm going to build a barracks. I'm actually going to build 2 barracks. I'm going to build 1 factory, so now I have to start paying for it. 4 iron and 0 swarmlet. Alright, so I want one of those. And then over here on this side, because you can only build 3 per side, I'm going to build a laboratory. And that's all I need right away, okay? Then I need men, because 2 miners is not enough. I need to have 6 miners as quickly as possible. So you can hire regular workers for very cheap, as you can see, and they take up 1 slot a pop. Or you can hire elite workers once you've unlocked them. These are, again, another upgrade that you're going to unlock. These guys are super fast, all right, and they are amazing. More hit points, etc. But as you can see at the price, they're very expensive. And trust me when I say, you have to have a playstyle to use these things. If you try and unlock these right now, it's going to throw you back. You're better off to just go with the cheap guys until you figure out a strategy on how to use these. And usually only use these guys after like the 2nd, 3rd stage, once I've upgraded my mining speed, etc. in the lab, alright? Then I'm gaining a ton of resources every round, then I can afford to get these guys, alright? But for now, we're going to go ahead, we're going to get 2 miners and another carrier, just to help out with things. And we're going to unpause the game, and my guys are going to just automatically go, and you can just, I'm left clicking and selecting areas. I can't see yet, so I'm just mining wherever until I can actually see. There are a ton of hazards down here, and there's a ton of good stuff like the ores and the minerals. So these are iron minerals. So right there you see that whatever this thing is right here, and I'm going to show you what it is. It just appeared in front of me. It came from over here. I saw it like move through this block and appear here. This is what you call it's like eggs, all right? And what happens is there's going to be a spawn, like an egg spawner, an alien egg spawner over here. And what happens is, as long as your miners are within 5 squares of that, every so often it's going to send out one of these spawn points on one of your blocks. And what's happening now is a creature is spawning there, and it takes probably 10 to 15 seconds for him to spawn. So that gives you 10 to 15 seconds to break this block. If you do, it's destroyed and you don't have to worry about it. But if you don't, then that creature's going to spawn and it's going to start attacking your dudes. So I will have that destroyed on time, okay, the way I have this set up. But if I don't think I'm going to have it destroyed, I can click on it twice and it will, you'll notice that the graphic changed, and 3 of my miners will go specifically destroy that block, and they will ignore any other blocks that I have highlighted, okay? So that's how you're going to give orders to your guys so that they focus on one specific block, alright? So we're just going to keep working. So I have 4 iron and I have 2 swarmlet. I want more guys, alright? I want 6 miners, because you can have groups of 3. In the end, I'd like to have 9 miners, but for this little playthrough, I think 3 will be enough. Alright, we're going to go ahead and do the exact same thing again. Okay, we want to focus. Okay, they destroyed it. Perfect. And there's different blocks type. You can hold control. This is a hard block. It has a large number of hit points, maybe more than average. Then you have stuff like soft blocks with not that much hit points. You're going to have medium blocks with just average, right? You're going to have different types of blocks. Some are easier to break, some are not so easy to break. So again, we have another one of these. So I'm going to get my guys to focus fire on it. just to get rid of it, because I don't want to fight creatures this early in the game. I don't have enough guards yet. Okay? So, here's that block. So, we collected a green capsule. That popped up in front of me, so I have to explain it first, sorry. Which is going to give me 3 technology choices. They can be different. These just happen to be 1 building and 2 turrets. Okay? Actually, this is an active nighttime ability that you can actually use, and you get to control where it fires, everything. Nighttime abilities are you control them. Daytime abilities are you control them. Regular turrets like this, they are automatically done themselves. You don't have to do anything but just build them. That's it. Teleporter, okay, it's an active daytime ability. Allows you to teleport workers from the selected area to a specific point. I've never used this building. I don't see the point because I'm already good at... I'm going to have my guys fast quickly. That's the way I play the game. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to unlock the poison gun. I love it. And I have 4 rerolls, but I like the poison gun. So we're going to go for it. Now I'm going to pause the game and I'm going to show you this block. So this is that block I was telling you about. It's called a hatch block. Creates a monster crack in the radius of 4 blocks away, from which stonelings will eventually appear. The crack is only created if there is a worker in the radius of 5.5 blocks around the hatch block. So if this hatch block was way over here, for instance, and your guys are working up there, it will not send out things to hatch because you're not close enough to it yet. Alright? So that's just something to know. So you want to try and get rid of this as fast as you can, and it will stop sending out those creature eggs as fast as you possibly can. You want to destroy those. Alright, so I see another block type that I have to explain. I see a couple different ones actually, which is good. There's a ton of different ones, and you might not see them all in this mine. The next time you drill down, you might see different ones. So you have to be prepared for all things, okay? This right here is the one I want to show you next. It's like quicksand, okay? It's a sand block. If there's no other block beneath it, it will fall down, okay? A few seconds later. It probably takes 3 or 4 seconds to fall. So it gives you guys time to get the hell out of the way. If you, let's say, see this fog of war, let's say you were building upwards and you can't see what's on top. If it happens that this is there, you want to get your guys out of the way as quickly as possible, because if it falls down, it kills all of the guys underneath of it. So if you have 5 miners there, bam, there goes 5 iron that you just wasted, and 5 guys are gone. And you have to take the time to recruit all 5 guys. It can throw you back big time, alright? The first 5-6 run-throughs, I don't know how many of these guys I've lost, because I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I didn't know how to control them. But little things like that are dangerous. And there's going to be a boulder, and I don't know if I'll see one here. Oh shit. Okay, so do you see that right there? That lightning bolt? My guy was standing on the lightning bolt, okay? That lightning bolt is directly controlled to this black hole right here. And every so many seconds, I believe it's like every 20 seconds, it's going to move this lightning bolt around. It brings it to itself for a second, then it puts it to another random location, any square around it. If your guys are standing on the lightning bolt when it moves, they all die. Alright, so that's why I had to move him out of the way as quickly as I possibly could. So I deselected the block he was mining to get him off of the lightning bolt, because they'll just do whatever they want to do. They'll stand wherever they want to do what you want them to do, which is mining this specific block right here. So all I did was just deselect the block, and then I selected somewhere else to force that miner standing there to go somewhere else and walk away. Alright, now you get a visual warning for all of these things. Just like this quicksand, you'll get a visual warning showing it's about to fall. You have like a second or 2 left to get the hell out of the way. This one probably gives you a 3-second warning. You'll start to see it shake. When you start seeing it shake, you better be off of it, because if you don't, it's going to move any second and then you're going to die. Alright? Now, the reason why I say you might want to chance it, you might be trying to destroy this black hole, because you can destroy it with your miners. So they could stand here and potentially destroy this before it moves and before it kills them. But are you going to take that chance? I wouldn't suggest it. So what I'm going to do instead, I'm going to destroy this block here. Then I'm going to try and destroy this block from the side. Go over here, and I'm focus firing on that. Then I'm going to attack. Oh, get off of there. So you saw that move? I was hoping they would go from underneath, but they decided, see, they'll do whatever they want, all right? They decided they were going to go stand on that lightning bolt. So instead, I selected something different, deselected this, and it made them move quick enough so I got out of the way. So you've seen I saved my life there. But now that it's moved, I have time to destroy it. We're going to destroy the eggs. We're going to destroy the quicksand. And we have to destroy this eye if we can. Okay? So now we have a few resources to waste. Okay? I would like to get some more two more guys, because I can still hold two more up here. So we're going to go ahead. We're going to get another one of these gatherers, and we're going to get another guard. So we have two guards helping me fight off creatures, because we're going to start. They're going to start getting through my defenses. Because soon, once you get spread out a little bit, like there's one over here right now, there's one over here. One of those two is going to spawn. But by the time I send men over to try and destroy this, it's going to be too late. And it might even be too late for this one. But we're going to try and get rid of at least one of them. And the guards will be able to handle the other one. See, he's going to go over there and fight that. And you always want to try and have stuff being mined at all times and not have guys standing around. The better you are at that, the better you're going to do. So this block here, I'm going to explain as well. It's a shield block, okay? And the blocks that are adjacent to it, all of them, all 8 of them, will be shielded as well. And they have way more hit points and way more durability. And it takes your guys a lot longer to destroy them. So you're going to want to destroy that. So I'm going to focus fire on that as quickly as you possibly can to get rid of the shield on all the other blocks. Okay? It doesn't really hurt you, it just takes more time. Okay, we have another technology choice. None of these are really all that. Oh, actually, the light blade turret is amazing. I do like that. So we're going to get that. And I'll show you that tonight, because I'll probably build that. Okay, so that warning that you just saw there means there's roughly a quarter of the time is left. Okay. We are going to need to, we have all of our men. We're going to go to the lab. We're going to buy some upgrades. So with one lab, you're allowed to buy the first column worth of technology, okay? They are always almost the same. The first line at the top, the first row, is always going to be more hit points. And it just gets better and better and better for your workers. This line right here increases the speed of your workers, which is, I can't stress enough, is super important. You're going to want to focus on speed and mining speed immediately. You want to get these all unlocked as quickly as you can, because it makes your miners work way faster, and you're going to collect, instead of 8 right now, I'd probably have 30 iron. You know what I mean? Like, it's crazy the difference in speed, and you want to focus on these first. Now, if you're not careful, though, and you have a lot of monsters floating around, you might want to upgrade the damage from your guards to help kill them off quicker, all right? Because the monsters are going to get stronger as time goes through. All right, this allows you to visibly see further in the mine. So if there's like that quicksand on top of your head, you'll be able to see it before you get to it, and it'll give you more warning, or you just don't mine the block that's keeping the quicksand up there. You know what I mean? So this is also a good thing to get. But for the first couple rounds, I usually get mining upgrade and speed upgrade right away. All right, first thing that I get. Then, since I have a little bit of extra spare, I'm going to go ahead and try and get enough blue for this right here, for the dwarves that are going to help me kick some butt tonight. I just don't know if I'm going to be able to get another blue on time, maybe, before the time runs out. Yeah, I might get one. Alright, there's a creature block here spawning, and a tech over here we're going to try and get. And you'll also notice this block here is undestroyable. Okay, it's just basically invincibility block, resolite block. So there are some blocks you just cannot destroy. And that's what they look like. Okay, so now you heard that warning. Day 1 turned red. And you'll see there's a graphic, this red graphic over here. Basically, that's telling me there's going to be a worm come through. And it's going to come through right directly in the path of that red box, and it can be random. It could have been right here, right underneath our ladder. It can be way the hell down here into our mine. So what you want to do is you can stay here and keep mining. You can still collect. You can do whatever you want. But that worm is going to come through, and any guys in its path are dead. 100% chance. All right. So It's up to you to risk it. Do I risk staying for a few more seconds and maybe mining a couple more blocks? And when you hit the R button and hold it down, it's going to retreat all of your guys. Alright? Or if you want to, you can hover over them and just hit the R button quickly and it'll retreat one guy at a time. Well, at this point, you're going to want to retreat all of them, all right? Because you don't want them in the mines at night when you're not watching, because you're going to be up here watching the creatures spawn, all right? So what I'm going to do is you have 5 places, before I unpause the game, there's 5 places. Actually, you start off the game with, I think, 3 places, or no, I think it's 5. 5 places to build turrets, okay? And then you unlock more with your upgrades. So right now I have the ability to build 7 turrets, all right, which is a lot better than 5, obviously, which is a lot better than 3. I think you start off with 3 if I remember correctly. But anyway, so we're going to go ahead, we're going to build a turret, and I'm going to build, the first 2 turrets you build are free. I'm going to build an energy-based one right away, okay? This light blade turret creates a ray across the screen, like you see, it's red. Any creatures that go through it take damage. Like every second they're going to take damage, and I might even be more every 0.5 seconds. I don't really know the ratio, but it's really handy, and you can upgrade this so that it's stronger and stronger. Okay, now in saying that, because creatures are going to come try and destroy your core, they're not going to go right up to your core. They all have ranged attacks, so they're going to be standing roughly where this ray is, and actually a lot of them are going to be standing there, and they're going to shoot from that distance, meaning they're going to be standing in the damage. That's why I built it there. I could have built it lower, because there's going to be some that get by it and they'll stand here, and there might be even some that are on top of it. But the fact of the matter is, if you build it here on the bottom, there's usually creatures that do not come this low, and you have wasted your money, alright? You wasted your resources. So I would say build it in the top couple, alright? If you're going to play this specific turret type. And it is pretty handy to have as a last defense, because creatures will stand here and try and destroy your base, and it will just keep killing them over and over and over and over and over again. And there is no range. The range is the distance, the width of your thing, alright? Which does not change. Okay, so that's one turret I'm going to build. I only need one of those. I feel that's going to be enough. And then at the top here, we're going to build a gun. Actually, we're going to build this at the bottom. These gun 311s here, they have super high damage. As you can see, 90 damage. It's crazy damage, all right? Then I don't have any more freebies. I can probably afford a machine gun. But for the first round, I would love to have some of those dwarfs. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to build this night shift post. Right, and you hear that little, they talk to you when it's nightfall, and they tell you we're leaving. Alright, basically that's what that warning was, okay? Now those 2 dwarves are going to take off here in a second, and they're going to go start fighting, but I have to worry about these guys still, alright? I'm testing my luck here to avoid this worm. Okay, so now that I see that the graphic disappeared, I got him out of the way. Alright, I held my R button, because when the graphic disappears, it means the worm is actually coming. It gives you like a 3 or 4 second warning. Now my guys are all safe, and they can no longer go back in the mine until morning. So at this point, you can pause your game before you go up and fight, and you can get stuff ready for the next morning, so that your guys, as soon as it's morning, sometimes you're going to be up here still fighting creatures when morning starts, and this goes, as you drill further, this gets higher and higher and higher, and it takes time to get down here. And you guys are just standing on your platform the whole time, waiting. So if you get some orders prepared now, the next morning your guys will just automatically go out and start doing that immediately, and then that way there you can just focus on your fighting and not have to worry about getting back so quickly. Alright, so my dwarves are kicking their butts pretty good. Alright, and then as they get through the red ray, it's going to kill off their hit points pretty good. My guards are firing at a certain distance, as you can see, so that's why it's handy to have that. Bam, that was quick. That was simple and easy. Alright, if there are worms down here in the morning, they cannot damage you guys anymore. Even if they hit them dead on, you don't have to worry about the worms in the morning. Okay, so I have to worry about this black hole over here, so I'm going to avoid that block for now. I'm going to try and mine around it. What do we have? Reincorporated. This is like a resurrection. So if you lose a worker, it will resurrect one every so many seconds. Okay. Drone station is handy as heck, and I'm probably going to get that. So I'll take that one. I want to get rid of this hatchery over here. I'd like to get rid of this. Okay. So we have to get rid of that now. So it got rid of the hatchery for me because that electric bolt there, it kills the block as well. So if there's a block there with a hatchery on it, it destroys that for you. So that, in a way, it can help you sometimes, like that one just did. Get those. There, I'm going to focus fire on the shield block. And we have to make sure we stay up on these upgrades. So we're going to get this one so I can see further. And I'm going to upgrade my guards' damage. And now I can see further, right? So that's going to make life a little bit easier. To make sure I don't kill off a bunch of my guys. Oh, get this. So when you split up your guys like that, you're better off to zoom out so you can see better. So I can take a look for those blocks so I don't do what just happened. Because you don't want any creatures if you can help it. Alright? Because I don't have a healing mechanism yet. So that's why my guys are still hurt from the previous day. Alright, what do we have? A drone carrier is super, super handy to have. And then there's a shield ray. And these are handy too. So I'm going to take this for now. Alright, what can I build here? I was hoping to have a daytime ability. I could build this. So this is a hospital. So every 20 seconds it's going to heal one of my guys. So that'll get my guys. I don't have too much damage right now. So I should be able to handle it with just that. Until I can upgrade better technology later. Alright. I don't want that shield actually. We want to make sure we focus on this. We want to get rid of this. Alright, I want to get rid of that black hole. Because that's stuff that I want to be able to just come here, click on some stuff, go over here, click on some more stuff. Like that way there you have 2-3 teams working. And you don't have to focus on the danger so much if you can get rid of it right away. So if I can get rid of the black hole, I don't have to worry about working over there anymore, right? So here, I need a second lab built in order to build a second column of stuff. So in order to build more buildings, though, you have to go upwards. So it's going to cost me 2 iron. And then that unlocks another floor. Then from here, I can build a lab. And now I can start building the second column worth of tech. Let's go here and get rid of this black hole now. So this is a technology, nighttime ability slots +1. Don't need them because I don't have any nighttime abilities at all right yet. Number of technology rerolls right here. I could add 4 more. Okay, that's cool. Worker price is even cooler though. So now right now my guys cost 2 iron a pop because after 10 they start to go up in price. They go up to $2 a pop instead of 1. So this would bring the price down to 1 again. Which I want. In case I want more guys, right? Oh, another tech. Harpooning turret, laser turret. None of these are amazing. We'll re-roll that. Mines turret is amazing. I'm going to get that for sure. I love the mines turret. There we go. We're flying right along. Oh, we need to focus on this. There's my warning for probably another 10 seconds before I get the hell out of here. Okay, I want to be able to destroy that too, but we're good for now. Okay, I want to build. So before nighttime hits, which is going to be any second, before you hit that red, you have a choice to build this. Well, it's not that you can't build it anytime after that, the shield ray, but if you do it during the daytime, it actually charges it up. If you don't do it during the daytime though, if I was to build this once that turned red, it'd be considered nighttime. It will not charge up till the following day. And this shield is handy as hell. Watch. It builds another ray. This one here though, creatures cannot fire past this. They can't walk past this. They can't do anything until they destroy the shield ray. And the durability of it is, if you hover over it, you'll see there's 4 bars, okay? Once those 4 bars are destroyed, the shield ray goes away, and then the creatures can get through it. So this acts... This is like super powered, man. Super awesome rig to have. And you want to get this built up if you can. Now that I've done it now, I have an extra whole bunch of hit points that the monsters have to get through before they can get to my base and attack it. Once it's destroyed, it recharges the next morning. So it's there every single day. So it's handy as heck to have. It's powerhouse, like one of the best things in the game that you can get, and you can upgrade it, right? Okay, so we have worms coming. We're going to get out of the way, and we're going to fight off this day. So you'll notice that this graphic right here, this is the drill down, and it's now flashing, meaning I have enough coal to go down to the next level if I want, but there's quite a bit of resources here left. So it's up to you to decide. Do you want to stay here for one more day and try and finish off collecting the rest of these resources, okay? Because it looks like there's only a little bit left, but this mine can go down. Like, there could be way more stuff right here that you can't see, and it's always random. There could be stuff up here, like that. This mine can be anywhere, all right? It only looks like there's a little bit left, but there could be a crap ton more stuff right here that you just can't see yet, right? So it's up to me. Do I stay for another night? Do I leave tomorrow morning? And by looking at the stuff right now, if I was to leave, I would collect these few ores that are sitting in the pathway of my machine. I wouldn't get this one because it's just outside. Actually, I'm probably not going to get those two. I wouldn't say they're in the path enough. And this one I'm not going to get. So, and there's quite a bit left, so I think we could afford to stay one more day. So we're probably going to just stay one more day and collect the stuff, and then we'll leave on the following day. Alright, so let's see what happens here. I think we're going to have these guys destroyed very easily. Oh yeah, no problem. Okay, time to mine. I'm going to try and get rid of this, so I'm going to focus fire on that black hole over there. There's nothing over here to get. There is something here I could get, though. Let's go, guys. Put it right back at the same place, so we're going to be safe. Get this. I want to try and get rid of this shield and this shield. So we'll focus fire there, focus fire here and here. So sometimes, by this point, I might have 2 daytime abilities. Sometimes I'll have 1 or 2 nighttime abilities. But I haven't found any that I really loved yet. There's one that I found that I liked. There was something else better that I wanted first. That's why I didn't take it. Okay. Get this. So there's not a killer amount of minerals left, to be honest with you. So this radar is nice. Okay. It allows you to see all the resources on the current level. Alright, so had I had this a second ago, I could have used it. Well, you can only use it during the day, though. And you can see if there's anything in the fog of war that you're missing, right? That you really have to have. I'm going to take the Behemoth. It's really, really strong turret. But it only shoots left or right. It doesn't turn. It doesn't rotate. I'm not going to bother going into there because there's no minerals to get anywhere. So, what's the point? I might as well just not worry about it. And I think we're going to have everything collected by morning for sure, because there's only a few things left to get. We'll go with this. Okay, so you have a double chance, or a chance of getting double ore for 5%. That's a handy one to get. And you also have block defense minus 10%. Love that as well. Or less damage by any creatures that are underground. Well, I want the block defense, I believe. That'll be handy for me for this round. We're going to go ahead. We're going to speed up our... yeah, we'll speed up our mining. I almost felt like just buying another turret because we still have to stay here one more night before we move in the morning. But I think we'll be okay. I still should have enough to do both. Alright, we should have no problems at all getting the rest of this stuff that's outside of the edge of our thing. And they'll get that last piece of coal as well. So let's build us another turret of some type to help me with tonight's We'll go ahead and we're going to build one of these behemoths. They're super power. It'll stand here also and shoot things that are trying to shoot my shield away. So anything that's in these two areas right now are going to be taking severe damage. And this behemoth, it pierces, so it just goes through every single thing in a straight line. Alright? So it's handy as heck to have. Do I have enough for one more? I may. Let's see. Be nice to have this poison turret. The higher up that you can make the poison turret, the better. So that's usually where I put it. I could make another one of these behemoths here. I'm going to do that. And we're going to call it good. There's nothing else to collect. Okay, my guys are all just standing around. So let's speed through the rest of the day by hitting the R button. But before I do, I'm going to give the order to drill down the next day. And let's go ahead and finish this day. This will just speed up the rest of your day so you can start fighting immediately. Alright, here we go. Now, also, there's something that you can unlock with technology later. Well, I already unlocked it. That it allows you to select a creature that you want your guys to focus on. I'm not going to do that, but you can do that. There's going to be creatures later on that will immobilize their towers, etc., etc. So you might want to focus on those before these weaker guys. There's guys that heal, so like I will focus if they're there, but there's with the easy mode, you're not going to see those creatures. That only happens as you increase the difficulty. There, that was easy. We're going to drill down now. And again, if there was any ores here, it would collect them automatically. But there are none, so we're just going to keep going down to the 100-meter mark. Now we have to start over, and it'll be a completely different layout this round as well. Okay, there's nothing at all to the right. Well, there probably is. You just have to get there from a different way. And you can see how much faster my guys are already, just by a couple different upgrades. It's quite a bit different. Okay, I see a block I don't like, and I'm going to explain that to you. I'm not going to go any further down here. I see two blocks I don't like. So, this block here, once you free up a slot in front of it, it will it's like a geyser block, it's called. It has like a jet stream that'll push it, and it takes quite a bit of time for it to actually move, but if you're not quick enough and you don't notice it, because sometimes these blocks, like I'll have like I just did there, like I had all this, I can't see what's coming, and if I'm over here looking over here, my guys are still over there and this block is there, and it starts to move. Once it moves, anybody in its direction will die. So again, that's another dangerous block. So you want to try and get rid of shit like this as soon as you can. So I'm going to focus fire on this block, focus fire on this one right away, and they'll be able to handle it in short order. But if I didn't know it was there, then it can catch up to you and kick you in the butt, right? So as you saw, I destroyed it pretty fast. But again, it's about knowing what's coming up. If you don't know what's coming up, you have to be a little careful. So I want to get rid of that shield block. Rocket turret, railgun turret is another super strong turret, and it's 3-star. So it's definitely worth getting. We're going to get that. I don't know if I'm going to build any. I'm pretty good on my defense right at the moment anyway. Okay, so see where I'm standing? Let's see if we can't destroy this before it kills us. Oh shit, I got it though. You could see it was starting to move. I was like, uh-oh, I got to get out of the way, but I killed it. That's the difference between speeding up your mining abilities, right? The higher you have this stuff built, the better. I'm going to increase my speed now. Get my guys moving faster. There, that shield is gone. Now, this block as well, I meant to show it to you. This will spawn a creature when you destroy it. And when you destroy that creature, it drops 2 Sworned, 2 of the red gems. Which is handy. It's just, I don't really want to deal with the monsters. They're stronger than the regular monsters, so you want to be aware of that. Okay, there's another one of those geyser, so we're going to focus on that. See how you can see it takes about 10 seconds to move, so you're not in super danger. It's just, you want to make sure you have 3 miners on it right away, though. Get rid of that. Okay, what do we have over here? Anything? We're good. We'll get rid of these. Go focus on that first, though. So again, it's all about controlling your guys. Otherwise, you're going to lose a lot. And I ain't even exaggerating. If you're not used to what you're doing, you're going to lose guys. Lots of guys. I don't know how many that died with me my first 2-3 run through. It was insane amounts. And still, now and then, I'll make a mistake and I'll lose like 5 guys because I friggin' didn't retreat fast enough and the worms got me or something like that. It sucks. Worker health, 15%. Fire resistance, there are blocks that will shoot fire later. We haven't seen any yet. We might not even see any. It's always random, okay? That will help, okay? Daytime ability recharge. I don't even have a daytime ability yet. I could re-roll these. Worker health is, I mean, I'm not really in too much danger right at the moment, so we're just going to re-roll and see what else we get. Worker speed, I'd much rather have that. We're going to get that. Okay, we need to focus on this geyser type block. I need 3 miners to get rid of it, though. If you only have 1 miner on it, it can get you. But if you have 3 miners, you're going to be in better shape. Get rid of this stuff. Ooh, there we go. So you can repair your core by 300 hit points. But it's full. So why would I do that? Turret price. That's handy to have. Or it can give you 2 extra coal right now, immediately. Alright? Sometimes you want to zip through and just get to the end because you've finished off your challenges and you might have another 100 meters to go, meaning 2 more full days. Well, this would just allow you, now with 9 coal, I could basically zip through the next 2 places without even worrying about anything. But I'm just showing you guys the game. So we're going to go with the turret price. Okay? Because we only have to go down 1 more round to end. It's that easy. We'll go ahead and we'll just get anything for now. I'm not planning on getting any more different turrets. The ones that I have now are the ones that I normally use. There we go. We're going to go ahead and destroy this, just so you guys can see what it looks like. Okay. Worms coming. We're out of here. Okay, so we have 17 iron. Like I say, it doesn't take long. We're going to build a nighttime ability building so I can show you that. We're going to build another turret here. We're going to build this explosive mines turret. It's amazing. And we're going to build one on this side. The reason why I did it on both sides is they're going to start spitting out mines. Like the big underwater mines with the spikes on them. Okay? And you'll see what they look like here in a second. They spit one out every so many seconds. And they just float there. Okay? And they can have 10. And you can upgrade these so that they can have more than 10. And do more damage, etc. And these things are amazing as well. So this defense that I have right here, right in front of my base, is immaculate, alright? Because they're constantly going to be taking damage by the mines, by the rays, by these things. And it's all piercing damage. And then this thing is holding them off. And if you upgrade this enough so it has more hit points, man, you can hold off quite an army here before they even touch a core. Alright, so this would be a really good setup for a big, like, late game, harder difficulty. This would be an amazing setup right here. Alright, now, had I built these earlier, and I could have, they would already have a bunch of mines out and I wouldn't have to worry about it. But it's not necessary. It's on easy mode there. It's not that big a deal. Okay. So we're going to go ahead though. We're going to go to the next stage of the game. We're going to skip through this because I think we have found enough stuff. And these mines are larger the harder difficulty you play. Alright, you'll find more resources in them, etc, etc. But since this is the easiest difficulty, these mines are tiny. And that's why that other mine did not extend more. Because it was just, it's easy mode, alright? So we're not going to worry about that for now. But we're going to start the fight. Now, I unlocked the nighttime ability. It's going to send out drones, which are also very super powered. 3 drones that shoot stuff like the dwarves. And they do quite a bit of damage, as you can tell. And the more of those buildings you build, the more drones that come out. They last a certain amount of time, and then they explode. You're going to watch them explode, and they do damage to all the creatures they just exploded around and killed a bunch. Then, when the timer is up, you can send them out again. You can do that 3, 4, 5 times a night. And if you have unlocked technology that speeds up the recharge of your nighttime abilities, guess what? You're going to send them out a lot more often. And they're strong, like very strong. So if you can't build more turrets, that would be a way to destroy creatures without building turrets. Like that challenge where I could only build 5 turrets. Well, that's how I'm gonna win. I'm gonna have a bunch of these drone stations. I'm gonna have a bunch of these dwarf stations. I'm gonna have they're called watchtowers that you can unlock. I haven't unlocked any yet. I don't think I have anyway. No, I haven't. And when you unlock watchtowers, they're basically just turrets that stand as buildings, and every so often they're going to recharge and shoot. So if they're lasers, they shoot straight up. If they're rocket ones, they shoot in different locations. There's machine gun ones. There's a whole bunch of different watchtowers that just shoot automatically. You do not have to control them. And then there's other watchtower types that you can control and actually fire. And none of these are considered turrets. So these are the way you would defend your base in that challenge where you're only allowed to build 5 of these style turrets. Okay, so that's, again, strategy, different techniques. So now we made it to our location, 150 meters. We could continue to mine, find rare resources to bring back to our base, which is not going to be much, as you can see. I haven't collected too much because we are in easy mode, so there's not much to collect here. If this was the harder difficulty that I could play right now, I'd probably have 50 lunarite. Like, I would have way more stuff. I probably would have upgraded more stuff too, because you will find more of the iron and more of this, and like, right? So it's different, okay? Or we can just be done. It's daytime, and it allows you to end your contract by pressing the G button, okay? Which is right here. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to do that. And all of you guys are just going to escape, and I'll let you watch. I'm going to let you watch the cinematics, okay? Kaboom. Planet is healed. And you're good to go. And that's the objective of the game. Some planets you're going to heal. Some planets you're going to unthaw. Some planets I can't remember what the other, something about the magnetic field or something. And it's pretty cool. And that's basically going to be the same. It's going to do the same thing every time. Alright, but it's going to be more difficult. The mines change every round. The objective changes every round. The depth that you have to go is going to change depending on the difficulty that you're playing. You can go like 450, 500 meters down. And it's the hard difficulties in this game are hard. I made that look easy because that was easy mode. It was super easy. It's made for when you have no upgrades, you have nothing, and it's going to give you a challenge with no upgrades. But because I'm super upgraded, that was like stupid easy. Alright, so nothing to worry about whatsoever. And again, it gave me another one of those funny things that we can read. So let's see. Mushrooms as rescuers on Lumina Prime. Okay, following the works carried out by Drillcore, planet Lumina Prima has come so alive that masses of giant mushrooms started to grow there. It is a running joke among the locals that they now wear these shrooms instead of hats. It is also rumored that the best restaurant in the galaxy is about to open here to cater for extreme gourmets. Alright? It's just like Super Mario shrooms on there as hats or what? But again, it's up to you if you want to read that. It's absolutely does nothing for me. Alright? Sometimes it does, and there were a few of them that I did get a good kick out of, but it's just not important. So if you don't want to read those, you don't have to. There are some tips here too, but I've already gone through them. That'll be up to you to go through them if you want. Okay? But yeah, that's the game in a nutshell, friends. I will probably do another couple run-throughs. I'll show you guys the dwarf platform, and I'm going to show you guys the sworned platform. And then I might do one playthrough where I show you the hardest difficulty, alright? And it's tough, alright? I might even not make it, but there's a pretty good chance that I will. And yeah, so I will see you guys there. If you don't mind hitting the like and subscribe button down below, it would help out my channel to grow. And yeah, that would be amazing, my friends. Alright, so we'll see you around.